Family, Dr. Anta here again. We're in the month of October. It's Mental Health Month and also the month of the latter part of natural disasters. So we're going to tie both of them together. So we'll have mental health and natural disaster. Let's see how we can deal with those two. Stay tuned.
Well, Fiji is frequently exposed to natural disasters. Some of the primary natural disasters are tropical cyclones, floods, and droughts. I think we did experience one of the tropical cyclones way back in 2016, which we did face tropical cyclone Winston, and then again in 2020, which was tropical cyclone Yasa. These two cyclones caused extensive damage, displacement. We had a few loss of lives and mostly livestock. And then we had some floods. This was especially in low-lying and coastal areas. The consequence of the heavy rainfall brought in by tropical cyclones and also tropical depressions. And then sometimes we do encounter droughts. Some of the impact mental health and associated disorders due to all this, it caused the post-traumatic stress disorder, which was this is one of the primary mental health concern following disasters. And then we have some depressions, just the significant increase the rates of depression with the increase significant among survivors. They often linked to the loss of their family members, the home properties, livelihoods, and as well as financial instability and the ongoing hardship during the recovery phase. I will also have some anxiety. This include the change of environment, which is a common stemming from the uncertainty and the fear about future events and the safety of loved ones. And then there comes the social and the economic factors, which is just, the displacement from homes, disruption of social networks, and some of the pre-existing vulnerability. Example, some lower socioeconomic stages prior to the mental health disorder. I think this exhibits all these mental health challenges.
So, in terms of natural disasters in Ghana, we have a lot that has been happening every year. Sometimes it comes with rainstorm, thunder, and lightning, and those ones, sometimes it can happen that a lot of trees, like buildings, will pull down, a whole lot of things that will happen. The rainstorms can come in the form that maybe it rains a lot and then a lot of buildings will collapse. School buildings where students will not be able to go to school for a very long time. People farm lands and everything will be taken off. Last year, it happened that a lot of areas were flooded and then their farms and homes have been taken off. Currently, government is now looking for means to be able to compensate and support them. Some of them are still not having homes. They are yet to build houses for them. In the northern sector in Ghana, we experience most of those natural disasters, especially those rainstorms, wind, and a whole lot, because our area has like much of the exposure to the northern, to the Burkina Faso border, where there are much of the desert areas. So we get a lot, but the southern sectors doesn't experience much of that way. So there are so many things that happen in Ghana. Sometimes it comes with fire and a whole lot. Then people farm lands and everything will get burned. Whatever livelihood or whatever investment they've done, at the end of the day, they tend to lose it. So it comes in different ways. Sometimes when it comes, some people may allude it to spiritual way. Some too are very strong in those times. They still have to maneuver themselves to be able to provide for the future. So it's a natural occurrence, and when it comes, you have to just be prepared for it. And like what has happened in other countries, it has been happening. And when it comes to sometimes some family members who are good to do, they are able to support their other fellows, and then they get sometimes the government support them, but government support cannot be able to provide for you in all. Maybe they may only help you with roofing sheet. You are the one to put up your house and then the rest of the things. So that is what happens. And when it happens, you have to only just pray for God to guide you and support you so that you'll be able to stand on your feet. I think that is the little I can say about that. Thank you.
Natural disaster here in the USA. But most of all, I'm going to speak about natural disaster here where I live at in North Carolina. Natural disaster do have a significant impact on mental health. Common reaction to any form of disaster, natural disaster, will result in deep depression, stress, anxiety, PTSD. Here in North Carolina, we do get storms from time to time. Take for instance our latest major storm on September 26th of 2024, Hurricane Ellen. It was a Category 4 hurricane, and it did cause a lot of damages. A lot of people lost their home, and they were homeless for months. So just the thought of having another hurricane or another natural disaster would definitely cause anyone that have already been through it to fall into fear, anxiety, depression. So while many might have recovered, some develop long-term conditions that require support, and others may experience increased symptoms or new onset of mental health issues. Factors like personal loss, pre-existing condition, and adverse life events after disaster can influence outcomes. Coping strategy includes seeking social support, re-establishing routines, and focus on healthy behaviors. If you find yourself falling into any form of depression, you should seek and accept whatever help that you can get. If you fall, because the aftermath of any disaster can lead to you falling into like fear, confusion, anger, guilt, which then will lead to other problems such as sleep disorder, headaches, problems, falling asleep, which then leads to even major mental health issues such as depression, grief, and post-traumatic stress disorder. So seek whatever help you can. And if you or anyone you know can assist anyone that you see falling into, these mental health issues, offer help if you can.
Hi everyone. You know, sometimes after a disaster, people talks about rebuilding homes and fixing roads or getting things back to normal. But we don't always talk about what happened inside of us, in our hearts, in our minds. When everything changed so suddenly, it's normal to feel scared, anxious, or even numb. Sometimes we try to stay strong, but deep down we're hurting. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that we are weak or we are lack of hope. It means that we are human. Little healing starts when we allow ourselves to feel, to talk, to cry if we need to do, reaching out to someone, even just to say, I am not okay today. Really, it can make a huge difference. If you are going through something heavy, please remember you are not alone. There is always someone willing to listen, someone who cares you. Take care of your mind the same way we would like to take care of your body. Rest, breathe, and be kind to yourself. Healing takes time, but every day you are a step closer. Even with this moment with desperate and things falling apart, remember, you are not alone. We are here for you.
Family, you have heard it. Let us now be ambassadors of great, positive, healthy changes. Together we soar and succeed. The time is now. Bless. Bendiga.